Hey y'all, it is Damon here from DecoExchange, and we're gonna play with this fun little cross. To give you guys a little background story, in our coaching group, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I guess, I showed them how to use this spray foam and how they could make stuff like this cross, but see how the spray foam swells up? I'm gonna use my little foam cutter to cut off the arch of the bubble here. There we go. Nice and flat. So now that we have this trimmed down, I'm gonna start with a little bit of this dry moss to cover up the styrofoam. So what we don't want to do is take our styrofoam and put a whole bunch of glue on it and then put our moss on top of that. We'll let that dry real quick and I'll show you why we don't want to do that. So what we want to do is take a little bit of this messy crap, put it on our styrofoam, and then take floral pins, get a little bit of glue on your floral pin, and then use that floral pin to hold the moss on. So floral pin, a little bit of glue, and then just pin it in a couple of places around the project. So now our foam is nice and covered. Y'all, we got all these little scragglies. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a haircut. It looks like it's been on quarantine. So this is that other piece that we used. Now, y'all, because we put that big old blob of glue on there, look, it's never gonna puncture through. Y'all, that would be the equivalent of me trying to put this stem through this glue stick. So that's why whenever you do a project like this, you never wanna put a whole lot of hot glue and then put your moss on top. So the first thing that we're gonna do is make a bow. So I wanna have at least 2 tails that are pretty long. Our loops can't be too huge, y'all. So let's go about 5 inches. And then make this other tail smaller. Same thing, longer tail. About 5 inches. So y'all, we're basically doing a funky bow with a little bit of a twist. And now just regular. All right, we got our pipe cleaner around it. Let's get this nice and tight. So there's our little bow. Now I'm gonna put my bow where it's positioned up here to hang off of the cross. So to do that, I want this to be about this long. So that little stem, we're gonna use our pick machine. Get our pipe cleaner in there. So now we have a spike on the back of our bow, so it'll stay in the styrofoam. All right, so you see how now it hangs over the blob? So I put my pick in the top of it so that it would fold over and lay right on the top. To make sure it stays right there, we can lift up our skirt get a little bit of glue. And glue her into place. Now I'm gonna make sure that on the cross that my stems come at an angle down this way and up here off to the side. That way you can still see the wooden cross behind it. So if you put your stems straight up and down with the project, you'll kind of lose the wooden cross. So our pick got jammed. So these are very sharp. I highly recommend that you don't try to dig, don't dig it out with your finger. You will slice your finger open eventually. Needle nose pliers. Also, after you get it so far into the styrofoam, I recommend that you use needle nose pliers to push it in further, because as it slides in, the hot glue slides off the pick onto the surface. So if you push it too far, eventually your finger is going to hit the hot glue. All right, so there's our base. So now I'm gonna take some of our purple flowers and just use a few of these. Yeah. Don't pull them off. Now this one, the pick is probably hard enough that you don't have to worry about putting the steel pick on it. But look how that purple flower just kind of flows naturally with the project. Do I have any more of these crosses? I don't know. If I do, it is AW9574. All right, I also think I'm gonna keep the build to where it looks like a swag and not build out all the way around. All right, I'm also gonna look at longer lengths so that I get some of these purple flowers further down. So I need to cut it just a little bit off of this one. Now on these ribbon tails, I'm just going to give them a nice curl up like this. That way they do what they're told. There we go. Nice and simple. Now you could get all of this at a little bit better of an angle, so where less of your cross is covered, right? So all of this was done with one little hydrangea stem, parts of a silk flower bush, and a little bit of ribbon. One thing I will tell you guys that I noticed is that if you have the Easy Bow Maker that has the ribbon, the rose holder, this peg will fall out because it's meant to slide in and out. That way you can change this out for the blue peg. Here's the cross that we made. Came out pretty good. I think Greta is getting the cross. If you guys haven't heard, our coaching group is doing another 30 set of videos for the month of May. Y'all come hang out in there. It's damonscreativecoaching.com. All right, bye y'all.